I want to take you guys back to 1987, where I took a 5-month-old son and an 18-month-old daughter, and with my wife we headed off to the coast of Australia. And the idea was to go there for a couple of years. Well, not been known to us. We ended up working in Jakarta, Indonesia, then Bali. We worked and lived in Hong Kong, Thailand and Singapore, so we got a very good mixture of all the flavors and customs of Southeast Asia. We also then worked in the Middle East. I worked one of 6 chefs for His Royal Highness King Hussein of Jordan. So then after about 30 years, the time was to come home. So we moved ourselves back to Canada, and I got back here in the beginning of 2017. I was kind of retired for a year and kind of doing a little bit of volunteer work, and Joel had the idea of doing a restaurant together. So lo and behold, we created a concept that we thought would be us taking food from Asia, predominantly Indonesia, but Asia in general, where we knew that we had seen the cuisine before, we tasted it, I cooked it. Joel ended up being a chef there and was cooking in various locations around Asia as well. And we opened up Expat Asia at the end of 2018. We wanted to make sure that we did things that were authentic. We didn't want to do Western style Asian food where there was no flavor. If you want to have a curry, if you want something that's spicy, that's the food we serve. If you want something that's not spicy, we said better to go someplace else. So we've been very authentic in what we bring to you, and all the ingredients we source come from Asia. We are gluten-free, which has been very important for us. We are 100% gluten-free in all the products we serve. I think if we kind of look at the food we specialize at Expat Asia, we specialize in originality. So we have food from all over Southeast Asia: beef rendang, a Thai red curry. We have Vietnamese noodles, Singapore fried rice. Probably our most famous dish that we have is our crispy pork belly, which is a Chinese heritage. And we've perfected that over the last couple of years to make it that our belly is extremely crispy on the outside, moist and tender on the inside, which is a long process to make it happen. It's a 5-day process, but I think we finally got it down to where people are coming back to us time and time again looking for that food. We have been very blessed to have a great following of people. We have a 37% repeat guest in our restaurant, which is unheard of. We continue to grow our business, and even though during this time with COVID, we managed to stay afloat and keep things going, which was great. And hopefully as things start to settle down, we will continue to grow our business. This is the kitchen where we make it all happen. It's small and compact, but it gets the job done. So today I'm going to show you Singapore fried noodles. Because we are gluten-free here at Expat Asia, our noodles are what we call either a rice stick noodle, or these ones are made from sweet potato starch. A lot different than the usual wheat-based noodles. So we take those guys, we put them in the water there, give them a little heat up. We got the fire on the frying pan. That frying pan's got to be good and hot. This is a mixture we make: garlic, ginger, onion, chili. And we get that to start to reduce down. We put in some fish sauce, some sweet soy sauce, and some oyster, and some tamari soy. We let that reduce down. As it reduces down, the strength increases and intensifies in the flavors. Then we throw in a mixture we have of, this is Thai sweet basil and fresh cilantro or coriander. Key ingredients to much Asian cooking is using this. We take a mixture of vegetables. We have carrots, a couple of kinds of cabbage in here, celery, bean sprouts, cauliflower. So that goes into there as well. And this is the time where you want to add in prawns, or you want to add in chicken, or any other type of protein. Now's the time you would do it. So that just stir fries around. And all those flavors are cooking together very well. We take our noodles, and all you're doing to put them in the water is just want to kind of reheat them and give them a little blanch. Those things go in like that. And now it's a matter of incorporating the vegetables together with the noodles. All the flavors in there: sweet soy sauce, dark soy sauce, fish sauce you've got in there, wonderful oyster, Thai basil, all the veggies, and that's as fast as that dish is done. What we do now, we take this dish here, this goes onto a bowl. I'm going to do it backwards for the camera. It goes right in there like that. And now we take this over here, and the idea is we take some of our roast pork belly, we give it a couple of little slices like that, without chopping your fingers off. A couple of nice slices that goes on like that. Some spring onions on there. We take some sesame seeds mixed with some Korean chili flakes. And there you have our Singapore fried noodles, gluten-free.
So started out working in my first kitchen. I was in Bali, Indonesia, at the Alila Hotel. First up in Ubud and then up in Uluwatu, which is the south side of Bali. The hotel is out of control. It's a 5-star hotel with an Indonesian restaurant and a more European side restaurant. And I was lucky enough to be in both. From there, I moved on, went to Melbourne for a year and worked at the Smith, which was Asian fusion, Pan-Pacific kind of Asian style food, which was absolutely amazing. Worked under Chef Brad, who worked with Gordon Ramsay back in England years ago. From Australia, came back here to Calgary and got to work at Anju Restaurant, which is one of Calgary's top 10, Canada's top 100 since they were opened. After I left there, my dad and I decided to open up this spot. We couldn't find any solid Indonesian food, which is what we were missing, and we decided to do our own place so we could do some authentic spicy food, and it turned into Expat Asia and turned into a restaurant, and here we are today. Here we go, we have our crispy crunchy cauliflower. We doused it in some rice flour, a little bit of water to kind of get that batter going. Put it in the deep fryer and burn it so it's got that nice nutty flavor. Once it's nice and crispy crunchy, add a little bit of salt. We've got our garlic aioli, which is a garlicky ginger green onion aioli that we put on, douse all over the cauliflower. Then we're going to top it off with some garlic chips, some green onions. Oops, sometimes they go flying. So here we go. So first thing that goes on top, we've got some sesame seeds. Never be shy. Got our green onions, kind of go on there. Then our crispy garlic chunks. Then we have a homemade sweet soy sauce. And that's the tiger stripes that go on there to make the tiger cauliflower. And there we go, our tiger cauliflower dish.
Okay guys, let's do the review now. What do you say, Chef?
Time for the review. Well, it's been exciting, I must say. It's been enjoyable, very enjoyable. Thank you. Ah. That noodle is nice. The pork is so tender on the bottom, crispy and crunchy on the top.
This is really good.
Nice, yeah?
It makes the flavor bomb in the mouth.
Yeah.
Like explosion in the mouth, right?
It's a good flavor explosion in the mouth. Good way to describe it. Thank you so much, really.
Thank you.
You know, I find my travels over the years, being in Asia and living in many countries, I was able to meet so many different cultures, from Vietnamese, Chinese, Indonesian, Malaysian, Singaporean, and while we all group them in Southeast Asia, they're all so individual. Each culture has its own food, its own flavors, its own religious aspect, its own politics. It's the most amazing place in the world.
Yeah.
I love it.
Exactly. Thank you.
That's why I spent 30 years there.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, what is it like living on each of the country that you live in?
Well,
versus Calgary.
I think it gave me a perspective. There's always a saying, the East meets the West. In the West, we're always in a hurry to get somewhere and do something. In the East, they're not in a hurry to get somewhere and do something. They want to enjoy life as they go along, and we just run right through it. So I learned a lot between the Eastern and Western cultures. I learned a lot between Buddhism, Hinduism, Catholicism, Muslim, all the religions, and it was just enjoyable to be able to have an understanding of each country and each aspect and try and just breathe them all in and learn from them.
Sound good.
Yeah, it was very good, Michael. We're really happy that you came to Expat Asia.